I'm Torie, and you're listening to That Girl, the podcast. Grab a beverage of choice and settle in, because the new episode is starting now. Hey guys, what is up? It's your girl, Torie, and I'm back with a whole new podcast episode. Firstly, I want to say if you're watching this on Spotify or YouTube, and you can see my little acne patches on my face right now, mind your business. I'm going through it. I'm relatable, okay? It makes me more relatable, right? Is that what they say? Okay, so today's podcast episode, I don't even know what I'm going to call it yet. I'm just going to be candid with you guys from the jump. I don't feel great. She's not feeling great, but my biggest fear is to let you guys down. It's not my biggest fear because it's definitely happened a time or two when I haven't been able to post, but it hurts my heart and I get really upset. So I was like, I am posting. I went to the doctor today. If you've been following my health soap opera where I've just been trying to figure out what's wrong with me, and they were very concerned. They were like, do we send her to the emergency room? So that's fun and fresh. I don't know. I'm just trying to be a relatable gal and not hide things. I don't know. I'm still trying to find my niche because I think about it, and the Bad Broadcast has her little niche that's just her personality, and Call Her Daddy has her little niche that's her personality, and all of the podcasts have their niche and how much they're willing to share and how much they don't share and how much they make themselves a brand and a certain aesthetic where they use certain words and sugarcoat certain things, and then some people are just completely candid. And so I'm still trying to find my brand, so to speak, with the podcast, and how much I share, how much how PG it is, and how much I just give you guys the raw tea with no filter. So I don't know. What do you guys want to hear? I guess that's where we can go in the direction of this conversation. We're just jumping in because this whole episode is pretty much my life update / some housekeeping for the podcast. So we're jumping right in. I like to kind of do a vision board with my life for 2020, not 2020, for the next year of my birth, pretty much. So since I just turned 24, I like to kind of plan the year of being 24. So I don't just do it from January to December. I like to do it for that year of my age, if that makes any sense. So from April to April. So one thing I've been thinking about is the direction of the podcast, not just the brand and how much I talk about whatever, which feel free to chime in on. If you're able to comment down below, go ahead. Feel free to rate it and leave it in the rating on Apple and Spotify. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram at ThatGirlThePod. Let me know your thoughts there. This is very much a community podcast. This is very much me echoing your wants and needs. So I don't want to be the captain of the ship here. I want you to tell me things you want to hear, things you want me to talk about, what you do and don't like about the podcast. If I say stuff that bothers you, if I say stuff that you like and you want me to talk more about, there is no saying too much to me. I just want to know everything. So tell me everything, I am trying to decide because I'll just talk about what's going on in my life right now, because that's kind of what usually decides what I talk about, and tell me what I'm just going to spit out some topics and I need some feedback on what you guys think. So career, been thinking a lot about my career and where I want to end up in the next 2 to 3 years. Relationship, we're talking about buying a house in 11 months now, and for me that means thinking about when are we going to get engaged, when are those things going to happen. Finances, oh my gosh, your girl is in a finance phase right now because I'm trying to make it work. I'm trying to make some money moves. Student loans are supposed to be coming back in June for my U.S. student loan girlies, unless they move it again, or I haven't heard an update and I missed an update. What else? Oh, Etsy is really big for me. So I have some really exciting things going up on my Etsy shop soon. If you're a pet person, whether that's dog, cats, horses, snakes, bunnies, let me know if I missed your animal and I will add it to the Etsy shop. But I have a lot of pet focused designs coming on the Etsy shop over the next few days. I have some very customizable things. So if you are looking for some animal stuff, support a girl who is trying to pay off her student loans and her credit card loans, and hit me up using the Etsy shop link down below. I've been really focusing on just like growing my businesses because those are like what I'm most passionate about right now, and I try to pivot to use my energy on what I'm most passionate about at the moment, because I've found that when I do that, it just makes life a little bit easier if I like I don't entirely shift my focus. Like, I'm obviously still focused on like my full-time job when I'm there, but when I'm home, it's not like I'm daydreaming about ways to get further ahead of my full-time job. Like, no, I'm focusing on, recently it's been my Etsy, but I also focused on the podcast and just what I can do with that. And I go through phases of either focusing on the podcast or focusing on my animals, and right now I've been really focusing on my animals' TikTok and Instagram and stuff because it's been coincidentally going kind of well. I don't want to say too well, but it's been going okay. It's been steadily growing, so that makes me want to like work on it more. The podcast has been growing a lot too, guys. Thank you for that. Like, love you. But it just makes me want to work on it more and motivates me. So that's the space I've been in. So if you want me to talk about starting an Etsy business, starting a podcast, which I have talked about a few times, things you want me to put on my Etsy, how to make certain Etsy things, whether that's print on demand, how to make things and ship them, making apparel versus making like, I don't know, crystal boxes. Like, there's so many random things I know how to do, graphic design. I want this to be a place for you to get what you need out of it, a one-stop shop for advice on how to get to where you want to go in your career. And if I know things about it, I am definitely happy to talk about it. If I don't know anything about it, I'm happy to find a guest who wants to talk about it with you. So one thing that I am forcing myself to do, I'm biting the bullet and just doing it, even though I don't have the energy nor the desire at this point in time, is I am getting back into my diet of no dairy, no gluten, no sugar. And why I am doing that is because I feel like crap. And the only times that I felt halfway decent is when I was doing that. And it could be because of something like going on, or it could be I'm just intolerant, but that is literally the only time I felt good. So, yeehaw, I'm excited-ish. It's not as hard as you think it is. Like, you can still have a lot of things, and there's so many replacement things out there. I'm not, like, trying to convince you. Like, this is a conversation you need to have with your doctor before you just jump in and cut a bunch of things out, but there are a lot of things, like a surprising amount of things you can still have, such as meat, potatoes, rice, beans, dairy-free cheese, dairy-free milk. Like, you can still have a lot of things. Pretty much anything that you would normally have, you can have. You just need sometimes you need a special version of it. So if me in Kentucky can get all of these special things from the grocery store, you can too. And sometimes it is more expensive, but I found that it wasn't, because I actually did a grocery haul not too long ago where I bought enough groceries for a week or 5 days to make dinner for 5 days, as well as some breakfast and snacky stuff, and it was only $115 at Target. So it honestly is not that expensive. I do Target Drive Up. I did use some coupons because I have Target Circle, which, life hack, if you don't have Target Circle, you need to get Target Circle because it gives you a ton of discounts. It's no extra cost. You can do Target Drive Up where you pick up your deliveries, which is also no extra cost. You can scan for points and then you get money off. Like, every time you spend at Target and use your Target Circle, you get money off the next time. So there's honestly no downsides to it. I mean, it can take a little bit more time if you're shopping in person and you haven't checked that every single item doesn't or does have an offer yet, like, because you have to type in every single item and be like, oh, Jif peanut butter, and then see if it has a discount, and then you add it to your cart, and then you use that discount at checkout. But that's just more of a motivation to use Target Drive Up, and then you don't have to go in and buy a bunch of things you don't need. So I love Target Drive Up. The only time I really go in is when I need the therapeutic side of Target, where I just want to walk around and look at home decor. But for the most part, it is a life hack, especially when you are trying to eat a certain way. I don't think I've ever gotten it and then been out of something as well. They're very good about being accurate. I've used it for 2 years now, and they've never been out of something. And it also, if you use Drive Up, it's literally ready in an hour to an hour and a half. So sometimes I'll do it like at 4 o'clock and then go get it after work, or you can have people pick it up for you. So I've never tried, but sometimes I'll have Josh go with me and we'll go get it on like a Saturday morning and then pick up coffee, and that's it. Like, there's so many ways to do it. But where was I going with this? Yeah, so that's one of the ways I'm attempting to eat healthier. I'm trying to decide, because I was going to use money for one bill, but I'm going to use the next paycheck. So maybe I'll get groceries, because, guys, I'm not thriving. We're going to get real candid here. I don't know what's going on. That's part of the reason why I'm going to the doctor. But your girl, I have had so much acne. She's hurting. I've been so bloated. I just have not wanted to leave the house, and this was on my birthday as well. Like, my birthday was just not as fun because I was so bloated and sad and acne, and I didn't want to go and be confident, and, like, it's fine. Like, I have the best friends and, like, boyfriend in the world and family, so they're just, like, they don't care. Like, I'll be like, man, I feel kind of ugh today, and they'll be like, why? You're literally the best, most gorgeous person in the world, and, like, hype me up. But it just, like, I don't want this podcast to be me complaining, because that's not my intentions. So I'm not going to go there. But I've just been feeling really ugh. I've been really down on my motivation. I had the birthday blues for sure. I don't know if I talked about that in a previous episode, but I did definitely talk about it. I got really upset about turning 24 and just not being where I wanted to be at this point in time. I technically graduated a year ago now, and I really thought my life would be a lot different, which, ouch. So I'm here to tell you that if you graduated master's or undergrad or even high school and you're a year in the workforce, it's okay if it's not what you expected it to look like, because sis, same. I prepared every way I possibly could, like, did anything to prepare that I possibly could, and it still did not go as planned. And, like, I'm not upset about it. I'm so happy, love my life. I'm just, there's some things, like, some goals I haven't met yet, and that's where the disappointment stands, but it's okay. It is. Also, I know, like, 2 weeks ago I said I got a couch for my podcasting room, and you're probably watching this like, well, why aren't you sitting in it yet? It's because we're too lazy to carry it upstairs. It's still downstairs, but I did get one, and I feel like the bunnies are probably going to make way more appearances on the video once I get it up here, because they are definitely going to be snuggling with me up there. Like, Josh is never going to get me out of this room again. He's just going to be, it's going to be like 10 o'clock at night, and he's going to be like, where's Grace? And I'm going to be asleep in here with my bunnies. Like, don't even worry about it. I also would love to do a pet episode, but I don't know, like, what to do it on, because I've been so into my pets lately. Not that I'm not, like, into my pets always, but I've been, like, researching better ways to take care of them, fun things to buy them. It's probably because everybody's birthday has come up. So my dog and one of my bunnies had a birthday, and then it was my birthday, and now my horse's birthday is coming up, and then the other two have birthdays like later in the year. Not right now, but with everybody's birthdays going on, I've just been buying a lot of stuff for my animals. Like, if you're on my personal, you probably saw I bought a tent for my dog. Love it. Best investment ever, by the way. It's like a teepee that goes in the corner of our bedroom, and she never leaves it at night now. I got it for her because I knew she liked dark, cozy spaces to sleep in. But it's been nice because our dogs take up majority of our bed, and there's no room for us. And then Josh ends up, like, laying weird to accommodate them, and I just get pushed off the bed, and it sucks. So now, don't have to worry about that because they are just doing their own thing, you know? But yeah, they live in their teepee at night now, so that's cool. I just need a big hug. I need a hug. I resign from adulting. I don't want it anymore. I don't want to do it. It's one of those days and I don't feel good. But I don't know. This is definitely going to be a really short episode because I don't feel good. And Josh texted me and he's like, can you pick me up from work? And I technically can, even though I don't feel good. So I'm going to pick him up because I'm a good girlfriend. So I don't know. I guess this is going to be short. I just kind of wanted to touch base. Touch base. I have forms on my Instagram, I think, that you can use. Like, if you click on the Linktree link on That Girl the Pod Instagram, that takes you to some forms, and then you can fill those out, or you can just DM me and tell me what you want to see on the podcast, and I would love to hear from you. I will respond. I try to respond to everybody. I also respond to emails, so be emailing me all the tea. Let me know of anything you want to hear, if you want me to talk about something more, if you want me to do like a topic again, I would love to talk about it. So that's really it. I'm sorry that this wasn't like a longer, bigger, better episode. I just need to go to bed and heal. I don't know what's wrong with me, but it's not great. I don't know. Take a shot every time I said I'm not feeling great or I don't know what's wrong with me, because honestly, mood. But yeah, I don't know. I just need to not for the night. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you have a great Wednesday night if you're listening to this on Wednesday. If it's any other day, I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, or night. I will see you on Sunday. And yeah, I love you. You can follow me on That Girl the Pod on Instagram and TikTok. Don't forget to leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And you can follow me on any platform you're listening on right now to join the community of girlies working to become the best version of ourselves. Also, another order of business, I need to think of a cool nickname for you guys in our community. So let me know thoughts, concerns, feelings. I'm working on it, but I think that's it. Okay, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next episode. Bye, guys.